All right, let's jump right in because we need to talk about an urgent security alert that's happening right now. It involves a really popular piece of network hardware, and honestly, if you're not paying attention to this one, you could be at serious risk. So let's get into it. So the first and most important question you've got to ask yourself is this: is my network being targeted? Because with this specific vulnerability, the answer for a whole lot of people could be yes, and you can bet the attackers are not waiting around. So here's the deal. A new, and I mean critical, flaw has been found in SonicWall devices. And listen, the keywords here are actively exploited. This isn't some theoretical problem for a lab. This is a clear and present danger happening out there in the wild right now. The specific devices in the crosshairs are the SonicWall Secure Mobile Access, or SMA, 1000 series appliances. Now, in response to this, SonicWall has pushed out critical patches, and their message couldn't be clearer. You need to update immediately. Okay, let's get a little nerdy for a second, because the technical detail is actually pretty interesting. The flaw is being tracked as CVE 2024-4602. It's what's called a local privilege escalation vulnerability. Now, in plain English, that means if an attacker already has a small foothold on your device, this flaw is like a magic key that lets them promote themselves from a regular user to a full-blown administrator with all the power. So here's the part where you really need to pay attention. You've got to know if you're vulnerable. Now, SonicWall's official advisory has all the nitty-gritty details, but the takeaway is really simple. If you're running an SMA 1000 series appliance, you need to go install the latest platform hotfix releases. The fixes are out there, you just have to apply them. But this is where the story takes a really serious turn. See, this new flaw, it's a problem on its own, for sure, but its real danger, that gets unlocked when it's combined with another, older vulnerability. It's a classic tag team situation. And this just lays it out perfectly. On the left, you've got the new flaw by itself. Remember, an attacker needs to already be on your system to use it. But when they chain it with a previously patched flaw, this CVE 2024-2306, it becomes a whole different beast. All of a sudden, an attacker doesn't need any initial access at all. They can go from being a complete stranger on the internet to having total control. Yeah, that's exactly what it is. This chained attack basically hands an attacker the master key to your system. We're talking complete control, the power to do absolutely whatever they want with a device that's supposed to be sitting there protecting your network. So how do they pull this off? It's this devastatingly effective 1-2 punch. First, they use that older vulnerability to get their foot in the door from the outside. Then, boom, they immediately use the new flaw we've been talking about to give themselves maximum power. And the result? Complete system compromise. And all of that leads to this scary-sounding term, unauthenticated remote code execution. Look, it sounds complicated, but what it really means is that an attacker from anywhere in the world without needing a password can run any command they want on your security appliance. It is, quite literally, the worst-case scenario. And just when you thought it couldn't get any worse, SonicWall's own advisory adds this chilling little detail with root privileges. For anyone who doesn't live and breathe this stuff, root is God mode. It's the highest level of administrative power you can possibly have on a system. It means it's game over. They own the device, simple as that. Okay, so that's the threat. It's severe, it's active, and it is incredibly dangerous. So let's flip the script and focus on the solution. What are the immediate required actions you need to be taking right now? Here it is, your action plan, straight to the point. First job, hunt down every single SonicWall SMA 1000 device you manage. Next, pull up that official advisory and cross-reference the exact version numbers. Then, and this is the most critical step, apply those latest hotfix updates without delay. Finally, don't just hope it worked. You have to confirm that the patch was installed successfully. You know, as we start to wrap up here, it's really worth zooming out for a second. This whole incident is a perfect, if a bit painful, reminder of a fundamental truth in cybersecurity today. We are in a constant race. The fact that attackers were already using this flaw in the wild, well, that just underscores the absolute critical importance of patching your systems on time. This isn't about ticking a compliance box, it's about survival. Keeping your security devices updated is one of the most vital defensive moves you can possibly make. And that brings us to the final and maybe most crucial question. It is great if you've patched this specific SonicWall flaw. That's a win. But that's just one battle. The bigger question you have to ask is this: is your security process ready for the next one? Because there will always be a next one.
Having a rapid, reliable patching strategy isn't just a good idea anymore, it's everything.